Hello, this is Jacob Bolton, Associate Pastor of Christian Formation here at Westminster Presbyterian Church in Alexandria, Virginia. Today is the fourth Monday of Advent, and as you know, each Monday of Advent I have been sharing with you different Advent wreaths from my house. One that my family ended up making with the Sunday school children here at the church, boxwood. One that I brought actually and shared with you from my youth and my childhood that I made when I was in Sunday school with my dad. And one from a church that I had to use before, that I served prior in my life, because it had absolutely no flame. It's all electronic candles, battery powered. And so I've shared 3 different Advent wreaths to celebrate love, hope, peace, and joy. And now I'm going to share with you the final Advent wreath, another one with no flame. Check that out. My daughter Mary made this. We have all 4 flames on there. Some green, purple, 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 pink. What are your Advent wreaths? What fun traditional Advent wreaths do you have at your house? And of course, you can pause this video at any time and light your wreath as we honor and observe and celebrate the fourth Monday of Advent together. I've also shared every single week of Advent that the church created and has posted online a weekly Advent devotional. This can be found on WPCadvent.com. Go there, click the link, and you will find videos and music, prayers, scripture readings, mission activities, art, all aligned with Advent themes, all tied together in the 4 Advent weeks, tied to scripture, and tied to the themes of joy, peace, hope, and of course this week, the candle of love. The 3rd purple candle, the 4th total candle. Remember, purple, purple, pink, purple. And then there are some churches that are actually lighting blue candles, hence my blue shirt today. And so it'd be dark blue, light blue for the 3rd week, the joy week, the merry week, and then dark blue again. Finally, not only do we have an Advent calendar that you can follow along with for every single week of Advent that the church has provided. Many thanks to the folks on the worship and music committee, as well as in our office for creating that, making it look so amazing. But we also send home a calendar for families to follow along. And that is what I have been doing every single week, is following along with that devotional here. And we'll do that again as we talk about the shepherds and how they visit the baby Jesus, right? They are some of the first ones to visit, are they not? In fact, shepherds were considered dirty, sinful. They were looked down upon by the good citizens of all the villages. They weren't allowed in often. They had to spend the night out with their sheep. Of course, that's part of how they kept them safe. They basically had to be one with their flock. But that meant they weren't able to be with other people all that often. They had to be with their sheep and not with the rest of the folks. But it was these shepherds, the unclean, the outsiders, the dirty, the lowest of the low, the message of Jesus' birth was first given. God sent Jesus into the world to show even and especially the poorest and the weakest among us that God's love is for everyone. So tell a story today. Think of a time, share with someone a time in which you were loved. A time in which maybe you shared love with someone particularly, or with something, someone's potentially. Maybe a time in your life where you deeply experienced the love of God, the love of others, the love of a community. You know, it's about this time last year where I felt an amazing experience of love, and that was during the installation service that installed me here as your associate pastor of Christian formation. It was a unique time. Most installation services don't happen during Advent. Most don't happen midweek. But if there is anything we've learned the last 10 months, it's that actually now is the time to do something abnormal, right? And it did happen midweek. I think it was a Wednesday, if I remember correctly, maybe a Thursday. But we had amazing music from the choir and from the children's choirs, and incredible preaching from Patrick and from Whitney. And I will not, needless to say, never forget it. I felt the love of a community who was welcoming me. I felt the love of God who was approving and affirming a call. I hope everyone felt my love that I was sharing with you as I stood in front of the entire congregation in our sanctuary and said yes to numerous vows, pledging myself and promising to live into my call as fervently and as prayerfully as I possibly can. And to be very honest, I felt a whole lot of love when, as I gave the benediction and the blessing and the charge, I was up there behind our pulpit with my two kids, with Mary and Joe. It was a pretty special time. I don't get to worship all that often while I lead worship with them. And so it was really fun to both be a part of the service while also sitting with them in the pews, right? When is a time when you felt love? When you've experienced the love of community, the love of someone else, the love of God in powerful ways? I invite you all to go to WPCadvent.com to follow along, to light that fourth candle, and to think about love. Much love, friends. Hold fast.